Hello everyone and happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far and you're enjoying our online virtual learning. I wanted to talk to you today about a writing assignment that I wanted to do in honor of St. Patrick's, which deals with luck. I would like for us to write a lucky to be me writing. We're going to reflect on some of the things that we feel lucky for. It could be your family. They could be material things such as having a house, having food, even having air conditioning, or perhaps you want to, you feel lucky to have a special God-given talent in sports or in languages, whatever it may be. So I want you to just stop and think about 4 things that make you lucky to be you. And then we're going to go ahead and work through the writing process to do a completed published copy of writing. Let me show you the writing process. So this is a reminder. Now we've done this before, in which we pre-write, we think about a topic. I've already given you this topic, which is about why you're lucky. And then I would like for you to plan. I'm gonna give you a planning sheet where you're gonna organize your thoughts and ideas to help you before you write your published copy. In this case, it's going to look like this. Okay, so this is mine, and these are the 4 reasons why I am lucky. And once we're finished with writing or planning, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to write a rough draft. Okay, so your rough draft is when you write your first copy, or your practice copy as I like to call it. This is what we normally do in our writer's notebooks. And you're going to use your planner or your outline that you created on the Shamrock to help you turn your ideas into complete sentences and paragraphs. Here's where you make sure that you have a title, that you indented the first sentence of your paragraph, and also that you include a topic sentence to introduce what you're going to be writing about, and your closing sentence to wrap it up and let the readers know that you are finished writing. And typically your topic sentence and your closing sentence are similar. I'll show you a sample of mine once we get to our published copy. Now, once you are finished with the rough draft, you still have to revise. Revise is basically when you read over what you wrote and you try to improve your ideas or words to make them more exciting or clear. And you ask yourself, was I specific enough? If I said I was lucky for something, did I explain why? Okay, and here's where you can add some new parts to make it more clear, or you might want to take out some parts that you feel that maybe don't sound as good in there anymore. Once you're finished revising, the next step of the writing process is you're going to edit. You're going to look for mistakes in your writing. And it says here to use CUPS. Now, CUPS stands for C is capitalization. You're going to read over your writing. So C stands for capitalization. And here's where you're going to check every one of your sentences and make sure that each of them start with a capital letter. You're also going to check if you included any names, that all of the names of people and places have been capitalized as well. Next is usage. This is when you check to make sure that your nouns and your verbs match. For example, if I say, my dog loves me, I'm talking about one dog, and then your verb would have an S. So just making sure that the sentence sounds correct and you didn't say my dog love me. Okay, next up is P is punctuation. Here's where you check every one of your sentences and make sure that you have a punctuation mark at the end. If you asked a question, did you put a question mark? Or if you were making a statement, did you put a period? Or maybe you wrote an exclamation because you're excited about something. So you want to make sure you have an exclamation mark at the end. And finally, we have our S, which is for spelling. So check over your writing and just make sure that things are spelled correctly. And if you're not sure, you can either ask an adult or you can look at a dictionary to try to make sure whether or not you spelled it correctly. Once you've finished revising and editing your rough draft, this is when you're ready to write your final draft, or your clean copy, or pretty copy as I call it, using your best handwriting. Okay, and I'm going to be providing you with a paper that looks like this, where you get to go ahead and you are going to write your published copy. And I'll read this to you in just a second. Here we have my planner and we have my published copy. As you can see, they're very similar to each other. For my planner, I put the first thing I'm lucky for is because I have the best family, and I explained they are the best family because they love and support me. If you'll notice on my published copy, it looks very similar. However, I did include a title right here at the top, Lucky Me. I also included a topic sentence. I am one lucky lady. For you boys and girls, you might write, I am one lucky girl, I am one lucky boy, because obviously you are not men and women just yet. Okay, but then right after I do my topic sentence to introduce what I'm going to write about, then I'm going to go ahead and here's where I basically just copied exactly what I had on my planner. And I wrote it here. I am lucky because I have the best family. They love and support me. Right after number 1, I wrote exactly what I wrote in number 2. I am also lucky because Jesus is my Savior. He gave his life to wash away my sins. And that's exactly what I wrote right here in my published copy. Okay? Then my third thing, I put another thing that makes me lucky is that I am a teacher. I have 30 wonderful students I get to teach and that teach me. And so I wrote that same thing here. I did realize that I wrote a number on my planner, and when we're writing, typically we don't want to write the number. We always want to write it in a word form. And finally, the fourth thing is I am lucky because I have a home to live in and food to eat. And this makes me lucky because they keep my family healthy and safe. And so I wrote that there. Finally, to close off my writing, after I wrote my fourth thing that I am lucky for, and I just copied that over here, I went ahead and I wrote a closing sentence, which is, I am lucky to be me. That lets the reader know that I am finished. You never want to finish off with one of your reasons. You always want to close it up with a different sentence. And if you notice, my topic sentence, I am one lucky lady, and I am lucky to be me, are very similar. They mean the same thing. It's just written in a different way. Okay, now for this assignment, once you are finished writing your pretty or published copy, then I would like for you to record yourself here on Flipgrid, and I want you to read to the class what you wrote about why you are lucky to be you so that we can learn a little bit more about you